6:27 in the AM. I asked my buddy who I used to play basketball with if he still plays. And he said yes. He said we're playing at 8 AM tomorrow. And I somehow got up before 8. So just coffee and then it's time to go play. All right, first time playing basketball in a long time. I'm actually pretty excited. It's so funny, man. I used to play for like 2 to 3 hours at a time. Today I played for maybe an hour. I am demolished. Running is too easy, man. It's way too straightforward. I need like a sport to get the maximum workout where it's different every time. Oh my God. Okay, I picked up Battlefront 2. I am very much opposed to everything they're doing with that game, but I do have to play the single player because it's Star Wars. Shorter vlog today. With that being said, I will see you tomorrow. Oh, thank you for watching. So do you guys remember a while back I was talking about backlogs? There's like a couple of different food analogies you can make, which is don't bite off more than you can chew, finish eating what's on your plate before you go for seconds, and chew what's in your mouth before you put another bite in your mouth. And if you really think about it, this plays out in your life in so many different ways. Let's take money, for instance. Credit cards. Credit cards are the most dangerous thing maybe ever invented. That's not true at all. But what I mean is you can spend money that you don't even have. And it feels really good when you finally pay those off, but to not get into that situation in the first place is obviously the most important thing. Anyways, you might think that I'm gonna start talking about like minimalism or something and how you have to get rid of everything. That's not exactly what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is handling the things and doing the things that you set out to do before you move on to something else. Whether that means abandoning a project or just finishing a project can be up to you. But let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. The whole reason I'm even bringing this up is because I had an article bookmarked on my computer for months now, and I've been wanting to read it for a very long time, but that bookmark has just been sitting there looking at me, asking me, why did you bookmark this if you never intended to read it? There's a tendency for me to always flit from one thing to another, and I think that's one of the big changes I've made in recent years is that I get the things that I want to get done first before I move on to something else. Now, I obviously don't do that all the time, but that's something that I'm working towards because I feel like you can't appreciate something unless you've given it enough time and unless you give it your attention. And for me, it's very easy for me to just be like, oh, that looks interesting, let me go check that out. Especially like creative projects or just any type of project in general. There's that initial excitement when you have the idea, there's the initial excitement when you get started, and then when you hit the difficulties, boom, motivation plummets. You have to get through that unpleasant period, which really is the bulk of a lot of really great things. And then at the end, it peaks back up and you have that peak experience from having finished it and getting to enjoy like the finished thing. And one facet where this is playing out in my life is how I'm eating. I mentioned the other day that I started eating less. Now to reiterate, that doesn't mean that I'm not eating enough food. I'm eating absolutely enough food, but I don't eat for sport and entertainment like I have done in the past. Because man, I love eating. And like I said before, I can eat as much as I want. I don't gain any weight. I don't feel good, but it's like, that's not what food is for. Food is supposed to be enjoyable while you're eating it. But to use it as entertainment is self-defeating because that entertainment lasts for a very short amount of time and the price that you pay afterwards is totally not worth it. And another part of that is that now I wait until I'm actually hungry again to start eating. Instead of just eating because I'm like, oh man, that sounds good, or I see something on TV. I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody eating something on TV and be like, I need to have that right now. Marketing and advertisements, they work, okay? Don't fool yourself into thinking that when you watch a commercial, it has no effect on you. It does. The first step to regaining your power from marketing people is to know that they can affect you and they do affect you. You are not immune. Actually, if you wanna know one of my biggest pet peeves is when people say that they're not affected by marketing, like, yes, you are. You're immune to marketing for like something that you can't even use. Like, if you're a man, you're immune to marketing for tampons. And even then, you're only immune if you don't have a girlfriend who uses those tampons. Anyways, to bring this full circle, the point of what I'm trying to say is eat what you have on your plate before you go for seconds. Let's go unpack these. So to go along with that Halo article that I mentioned earlier, I realized that I've never played the updated version of Halo 2 that has all those good cutscenes. I started it today and it still looks pretty incredible. I know the game came out, well, I guess the game came out not that long ago, so it should look incredible, but it's like what my memory of what Halo 2 was, but not what Halo 2 actually was. And you can actually switch between the new graphics and the old graphics just to see how far this game has come. Remember what I said the other day about filming in the bathroom? Another one of those days. All right, once again, that's it for today's vlog. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, doggy. Scared the hell out of me. Does he have rabies or something? Well, let's finish this in the garage.